To the compost. I highly recommend that everybody do a compost. I have been creative enough. I'm so proud of myself because I am composting in my garden, which if you can look, you can see that I have a cabbage and I got these pumpkins growing over here. They're ready to harvest. And tomatoes, and I did not plant any of these things. Right now, I am just throwing the rest of this garbage into my garden. And later on, I will come out and I will rake it all. Oh, my son wants to do a backflip for you. Woo! So the reason why I wanted to vlog is because I have a lot on my mind and I'm going through a journey in my life. I'm a homeschooling mother, and I've been since my children were born. Legally, there's a certain amount of years. My oldest daughter is 14, but I have been homeschooling her since she was an itty bitty thing. And I used to put her car seat on the table, and I would give her flashcards, and I would go through the motions of teaching her the alphabet and everything. And so it's been 14 years of this. And now we do it legally. I have 3 children, and they're 14, 11, and 8. And so the reason why I wanted to vlog is because I have been a very staunch homeschooler. And as I was homeschooling the last couple of months, I'm saying to myself, there's got to be something more to all of this. And I had mastered, studying with the kids for hours on end at the table and coming across this thing called unschooling. I'm also a devout Catholic. I'm Roman Catholic. So when I first made the decision, but it made a lot of sense to unschool, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm kind of jumping around here, but I'm just saying what's on my mind. I had a question all of my life. I didn't even go to high school myself. And I had a question that I said all my life: how is it that you're supposed to spend 12 years of your life in school and you're supposed to know, right? You graduate high school and then you're supposed to know what you want to be. You'll go to college, but you're supposed to know what you want to be and do in college. But how are you supposed to know at such a young age? I couldn't figure that out, because even when I was homeschooling my children in my 40s, I had no idea what I wanted to be. I did discover what I wanted to be through homeschooling. It was because I had the time. I had time to figure it out. So it only made sense. It was when I was discovering unschooling that it answered my question about how do you know what you want to be when you finally have to go up and get a job. And it was unschooling that answered the question, because it was that the children that I was investigating had time to figure it out, to master their skills, their interests and all that. So, and that's what happened to me. I figured out through homeschooling, because I had the time, and actually, I guess it was through homeschooling and a lot of unschooling, that I was able to figure out that I love to write books. Now, when I was going to school, I thought I hated books. But in my late 30s, I discovered that I love books. I just want to kind of let you in on why I am vlogging today, and why am I called a Catholic Unschooler. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to unschool you away from Catholicism. Far from the truth. That'll never happen. It's actually when I discovered that unschooling answered my question about, I want my children, and we all do, for our children to be successful. How do we get there? How do we get to make sure that when they finally do go get a career, that they really do love it? I wanted to know, how could I be Catholic, with the Catholic being so, it has rules, it does, because it teaches you how to get to heaven. It's not like a free-for-all. Hey, you can do whatever you want and you get there. There are things you must do. So it didn't make sense to me to, it just seems like the church is so organized and God is orderly, and then all of a sudden I'm going to unschool and that's not orderly. But I wanted to introduce you to somebody.
I'm sick right now, so I sound terrible and I look so bad.
Oh, this is my 8-year-old.
Yeah, check out my YouTube channel. It's Sarah Navina.
Sarah Navina, Nevina. It means she worships God. And Sarah means princess. So she's a princess who worships God. What do you like to do?
Well, my favorite thing to do is probably draw and then go on the trampoline.
Ah, she loves the trampoline and she loves to draw. She's really a great drawer, artist. She taught herself through YouTube, and she's amazing. Maybe one of these times you can give a little...
Well, if you want, I can show you guys my drawings.
So anyway, unschooling and being Catholic, how does that work? Well, it took me all summer to figure out how I was going to do that and feel good about it. I had to read a couple of books from other unschooling Catholic people that a friend of mine gave to me, thank God. It really put my mind at ease, and there were a lot of quotes from popes in the past that talked about, it being okay. So I wanted to know, so I guess during this time, I'll go through the motions of the thoughts that I have about, just me being Catholic and trying to unschool. So September 8th, I am going to give my 2 younger children some school work. Now, I thought I didn't do that. Well, I'm testing unschooling waters, so I'm not 100% on board with the younger ones. I'm too nervous. I did give my 14-year-old permission. She's had more education than I ever had. We had worked so hard, and I didn't have a very good education myself. I had to teach everything myself. Up to this point, I'm being beckoned. Hold on, please. Okay, I was being beckoned, and I thought I could, after she asked me a question, I could show you some of her tricks. I tried gymnastics. She hated it. She thought she would love it, but she's just, I think, very nice. Very nice. She's trying to land it on her feet. Because of homeschooling, I learned that my children like to teach themselves. Go ahead, keep going. They like to teach themselves. They don't want to be taught, unless, of course, it's something that they absolutely love and they cannot figure it out. But usually they just go at it and go at it and go at it until they figure it out. That's how it's always. He's amazing. Yes. Woo! He can go on and on and on. All right. These tablets are very important. For anybody that has an Intex pool, I highly recommend getting, they sell these sock-looking things at the pool stores.
Let me see that.
Not like, I don't know if Walmart has it, but I got it at my local pool store. It's amazing. It catches everything that the filter doesn't. I just want to show you something that I don't even know. I got this plant. Usually I pick it out of the ground because it's a big, huge weed. But I thought, you know what? Let me just let it go and see what happens. It's ugly now because it's on its way out. But it looks so beautiful. It had beautiful yellow flowers all up through here. And it looks like it's from an alien that came here in a spaceship in the middle of the night. So I love it. And I'm going to keep it. And I hope it comes back next year. And this is our little Leo friend. It was a little pet mouse that we found in our basement. And my daughter Rachel nurtured it. And then I think because...
Oh, yeah. So we bought that thing that kills mice.
Oh my gosh.
Light,
Yeah.
And he died from that.
You plug it in, and I think we killed him. So we buried him, the poor little guy. Okay, so we're back at my little garden. And we're gonna pick, see over here, not the ones that necessarily fill in the ground, because I do want those to grow back next year.
Show them it.
Yeah, yeah, see? Pretty good for something that we didn't plant.
These?
Yeah, yeah, I would say like leave one or two on the ground. Rabbit poop is a lot better and nutritious for the dirt, the soil. It gives off a lot of nitrogen, which is great for growing
I hate
things.
tomatoes so much.
Oh, I love tomatoes. I'm gonna eat this right now. Well, I should wash it, but
I'm gonna wash them.
Bunny. Anyway, so I will end this video, and I promise I will be back again. So I'm going to teach you how to be a successful Catholic and unschooler, because as long as you want to know, you just got to keep learning.